सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Sanavatu Sanubhunaktu Saviyam Karavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti. Om Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Mrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good morning. You're all doing a lot of penance. You all come here without taking breakfast, right? So you're doing tapas, half fasting. It's great. Please see page number 25. The road to the good is the roughest and steepest in the universe. It's a wonder that so many succeed, no wonder that so many fall. Character has to be established through 8,000 stumbles. The road to the good is the roughest and steepest in the universe. It's a wonder that so many succeed, that no wonder that so many fall. We all want to become successful in life. As I've already told you, the success, how quickly we achieve success depends upon how focused, how concentrated a mind we have. And that focus and that concentration and the Shraddha comes only when the divine forces in us, okay, the positive forces, the good forces in us are in greater control of the lower forces. So for that reason, we have to focus on ourselves. Today we are so preoccupied with our survival, in the sense that everybody wants to become successful in life, achieve great heights in life. The ambition is good, the desire is right. But what I need to do to become really successful or to become successful quickly, not many are very clear with this. So there is a constant fight going on in every one of us between the lower forces and the higher forces. The lower forces are called demonical forces or asuric forces. The higher forces are called daivic forces. A Kurukshetra kind of battle is going on in every one of us. So sometimes if you just look into yourself, you find that actually the demonical, the asuric forces are stronger than the divine forces. They take possession of us. They have such dominant influence on us. We don't want them to be there, but they are there. They've taken possession of, as it were. The good forces are also there, positive forces are there, but they're not as strong as the negative forces. So the positive forces we should try to strengthen, and the negative forces we should try to weaken. Then actually we'll get more better control of ourselves and better focus, better attention, better concentration, better understanding of life, better perspective, more clarity will come, and we'll be able to achieve success clearly. But if we are a mess from within, okay, we're not very clear about ourselves, we are confused from within, there is no harmony from within, there is disequilibrium within, in our own mind. It's okay, like other forces, negative forces, for example, we call in Sanskrit Arishad Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Greed, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, envy, jealousy, right? Pride, arrogance. These are all the negative forces. So we want to gain control over them. We want to subjugate them. How that would be possible? Now, we are celebrating this, Devi Navaratri. So human beings have figured it out that. So it's not a simple battle, it's a great battle. To control all our thoughts and emotions, to keep in our control, it's not a simple thing. So the Lord, the Creator, whoever has created this universe, has created this human being, very difficult to define. As Swami Vivekananda says, human being is a curious mixture of devil, man, and God. That means devil, human being, and God. There are three in this. Devil is there, Dhanava. Human being is there, Manava. And then Madhava also is there. God also is there. Divine also is there. It's a complex interplay of these three. And the Eastern societies particularly have figured this out. And that's why they felt the need for religion. All the religions are, whether like Christianity or Islam or Sanatana Dharma, or Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, they all actually born only in the eastern part of the world, Eastern societies, Eastern cultures, not in the Western societies. Western societies are primarily materialistic. Their idea of understanding of life is that I am a physical body. To provide comfort to the physical body has been the one sole objective of life. నేను అంటే దేహము దేహానికి ఎంత సౌకర్యాలను అందించగలుగుతాను అదొకటే ఆబ్జెక్టివ్. But the Eastern societies, from millennia back, they have figured it out. That's not sufficient. Roti, kapda, makan is not sufficient for human beings. We need something more. We need to have the spiritual impulse. We need to connect ourselves with the divine. Then only life becomes more meaningful, fruitful. We'll have real peace and happiness and fulfillment. That's the reason all these civilizations, Eastern civilizations only, could produce mystics, prophets, messengers of God. All they were born only in the eastern side. They are here and there in Western societies also, saints were there, but not many. So now actually, basically, when you look at it, what we are saying that even through an anthropomorphic form, now the source is the Divine Mother we worship here as a woman actually. This is the only culture where God is worshipped as feminine. So this universe must have a creator. This universe is in the womb of some other force, a higher force, a fundamental intelligence. That fundamental intelligence actually is carrying this universe in its womb. Womb means that naturally, actually, it is the female of the species which gives birth, and that's why God could be feminine. That's how actually we worship here her, God actually as the Divine Mother. So Divine Mother, it doesn't mean that anthropomorphic form only. Suppose if a buffalo were to imagine God, how it would do, how it would imagine. ఒక గేదె దానికి ఒక దేవుడు కావాలనుకున్నాడు అనుకోండి, హౌ ఇట్ వుడ్ ఇమాజిన్? ఇట్ వుడ్ ఇమాజిన్ ఓన్లీ ఎనదర్ బిగ్ బఫెలో, రైట్? It can't think that human being could be God. So if you ask a God, if you ask a dog to imagine a God, to conceive a God, The dog would conceive only another big dog as a god. Similarly, we have species limitation because as we are conditioned by name and form, human beings also can worship the divine through anthropomorphic forms. That's why the forms are created. But we don't mean that actually God can, he can be just a form, right? What I mean to say is, because we are conditioned by name and form, we created this. It's not a pure, simple idolatry. So this universe cannot be done by a powerful being, however powerful he may be. Even with 1,000 hands, let us say God has 1,000 hands. With 1,000 hands, can he create a universe of this kind? No. That means what? God is definitely impersonal. God is all-pervading spirit. But to worship that all-pervading spirit is not easy, very difficult. It's too abstract, right? Where God is not there, He's everywhere there. In every atom is there. But are we able to see? We don't see. So how can you worship something which you cannot see, which you cannot perceive, which you cannot understand? It's our limitation. That's why we have condensed God into a human form, because that's my limitation. Because I'm a human being, I can understand things only in human terms. That's why we create an anthropomorphic form. And through that, we want to connect our emotion and we want to worship, we want to offer, we want to eulogize, we want to sing the praises of the Lord. And that's so slowly we want to reach the impersonal, abstract, all pervading spirit that is real being, that is real God. Why? Because you want to transcend both the good and the bad and want to reach the absolute. The lower you transcend, lower you subjugate through the higher, and then you go beyond the higher also and then reach the absolute. That is the meaning of this worship. That is the meaning, that's celebrating so many festivals, worshiping God through so many forms. That one God we worship through multiple forms. So this much for today. That's why Swami said, road to Bodhi, the roughest and steepest in the universe. The inner struggle is not simple to get mastery over the lower forces. There's a great struggle and it's a long struggle. That's why we want to hold on to the Supreme who has created this drama, so that he would help us to subjugate the lower forces. So we'll be meeting again on 8th. So happy Dasara. May Mother Durga bless you all. Thank you.